I learned that in Desert Storm when we were parked next to German pilots that were flying tornadoes, that we met them in Iceland. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Never knew, right?
I never knew. Who knew?
Whenever you're ready.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Diana's Treasures, a day in the life of an estate appraiser and liquidator. I'm Diana Minotti with Diana Minotti Fine Art, Antiques, and Collectibles, and my co-host and husband, Perry Mitrano.
All right, good morning. Good morning. Yep, we're here. And we are located at 15 Palm Harbor Village Way, right here in the beautiful city of Palm Coast, Flagler County, New York. Imagine that. Imagine Florida.
We are the sixth borough.
Yeah, we are the sixth borough. There's no doubt about it. And you come on over, visit us. We're there Monday through Saturday. We do close at 4 on Saturday, but 10 to 5. And there's where you're going to find Diana's Treasures. That's where the fine art, antiques, and collectibles go. Most of the time, we oftentimes try to make sure that those can be sold at the estate sales, but on occasion, pieces that are selected will come to the shop. So we're here. And I call it a shop, Diana calls it a gallery, and there's good reasons for it. So we have a special guest today. By the way, www.dianafineart.com is our website.
You can subscribe to the newsletter, which I publish on Thursdays. It gives you an update on the sale of the weekend and what's new in the shop. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, connect on LinkedIn. All those buttons, plus our YouTube channel, is all on the website if you scroll all the way to the bottom.
15 Palm Harbor Village Way. One more time. Okay. Well, the phones are ringing off the hook today if people are looking for Diana. Anyway, we have here a special guest. We have Roy Seeger from the Flagler.
Flagler.
No, it's
Yes.
a Flagler, but there's no more counting it. Okay, Flagler Airport. And Roy, give us the detail of what it is that you do over there, and why is the airport so important to Flagler?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, good morning, everybody. And I am the director of the Flagler Executive Airport, Roy Seeger. I've been the airport director for 16 years. And so the airport, it's a big economic engine for our community. A lot of people don't realize how big that airport is. I mean, it's 1,465 acres. We actually have 3 runways there. We have a large 5,500 foot runway. We have a crosswind runway of 5,000 feet. And we're very unique that we have our own water runway on our Gore Lake. It's a 70-acre lake, and we have a 3,000-foot water runway on there as well. So it's pretty unique airport. Like I said, we've rebuilt the entire airport. Every runway, every taxiway, every light, every drainage, everything's brand spanking new. Thanks to our friends at the FAA and FDOT to help fund over $65 million worth of projects. And now we're very excited. We're putting the icing on the cake and building our brand new general aviation terminal facility, building a brand new 15,500 square foot facility. And so we broke ground that on May 1st. And we were looking to that'd be done in 18 months.
Well, that is super exciting because the airport was established when?
Yeah, right. So the airport was built in 1942. So it was built during World War II. A lot of airports in Florida, a lot of people don't realize, a lot of airports in Florida were built during World War II. And our airport was an outlying field for NAS Jacksonville. But after the war, obviously, they didn't need all these different airports anymore. So the War Assets Administration signed it over to the Board of County Commissioners back in 1947. And since that time, it's been run as an airport.
So we have Roy on for another reason too, right? It's because it's the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. I would say I have my shirt on, and we're going to be having fireworks at the airport, which is really, really fun. Great family event. The safest place in the world to do it. As you know, you're not allowed to. It's against the law to shoot fireworks off in at least in Palm Coast. So tell us about that event and what it is you guys are doing for the 4th of July, Roy.
Yeah, so we're very. So we established a big what's called United Fourth a few years ago with all the cities, with Palm Coast, Flagler County, Flagler Beach, and so it's kind of a whole day of celebrating America's birthday. And we have, like I said, we have a big one this year, the 250th birthday, right? So the festivities start off down in Flagler Beach at 9 a.m. with the parade, and then there's stuff throughout the day. But the big thing that everybody looks forward to is the big fireworks, right? So the big fireworks will be going off at the Flagler Executive Airport at 9 p.m. We call it fireworks over the runways. So it's a quick thing. Do not try to come on the front of the airport because you're not allowed to come on the front of the airport. You need to go down Belterre, go down Belterre, make a left on Fenway, come in the back of the airport. That's where all the festivities are. We have a nice stage. We have the reading of the gates open at 5:00, and then we have the reading of the Declaration of Independence at 6:30, and then we have that's all done by
people going to be dressed in
No, they will not.
colonial
These are local elected officials. I don't think they'll be dressed in any period garb of 1776. So we'll have that, and it'll be a lot of food vendors and music, and so it'll be a lot of fun. And there's plenty of parking back there. I probably have like 75 acres of parking, so there'll be plenty of room for everybody. So come on out and enjoy the fireworks, and like gates open at 5:00.
I just want to say, I mean, I know you a long time, but Diana needs to explain how we got to know each other. But you run that airport really well. It's a really beautiful place, and we should be very thankful that you've been there for 16 years. We didn't go through a multitude of management there, and a lot of people that work for you really like working there. And, it's something to be proud of. I know there's always, people are going to complain about something, and that's life. But, obviously,
Well,
there's
I just
right?
want to chime in for the complainers, which, but let's not go there. The future of travel. Do you ever see Amalfi Jets? The guy on TikTok and Facebook, and
I think a couple of things.
he chartered.
Yeah.
He's an Embry-Riddle graduate.
Okay.
And he's out in California now, but he charters private jet flights.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a huge industry. I had no idea how big this really is. And it really seems like it is quite the way of the future. If you can afford it. But this is what people don't realize. If you're going to complain about the airport, who's flying into the airport and what are they bringing to the community?
Right.
You want them to live here and,
We have like all those jets. We have a lot of jets coming to the airport. We just had like 3 in here today. Some of them are privately owned by companies. Some of them are just what you said. What that's called is called fractional shares. Big ones are NetJets, the one you mentioned. The one Wheels Up. There's a bunch of different companies that do it. And you're right. It's a great way to travel. People buy blocks of time, and they get to own the airplane basically for whatever block of time it was, and they can have whether you can fill it up with 2 people or 10 people, whatever size airplane you got, and go where you want to go. So that is so we see a lot of that here at the Flagler Executive Airport.
How big of a jet can come in?
I always said when people always ask me that, I said, we could land at 747.
Could you?
God.
Yeah. It'll never take off again, but we could land it. Right? Okay. But really, so no, our airport is designed, it's called a Class 3 airport, really designed to take the largest corporate aircraft, which would be like a Global Express or the biggest Gulfstream. That's what it's designed for. Could we land a 737 and take off again? Absolutely. There's commercial service airports that don't have runways as long as we have. Like the runway down at Key West is not as long as ours, and they do commercial service in and out of that airport all day long. So yeah, we could take an A320, we could take 737s, but for all listeners out there that has been never, I'm not saying we're going to do it or we're ever going to do it.
Yeah. We don't need to do that.
We don't need to do it. Yeah,
we're here to promote you.
Yeah,
promote you. Absolutely.
And actually, no. People ask me about commercial, but it's like we don't need it. We're so close to Daytona Beach, Orlando, Jacksonville. We just don't need it. We just want to make our airport just the best executive airport around.
Yeah, and that's the goal. So, Diana, tell us, how long do we know Roy?
Well, how long you been coming to the estate sales, Roy?
Yeah, a while.
Yeah.
I think I was actually coming to your store first before I started coming to the estate sale.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You were hanging out with Perry.
Yeah. So,
Quite a bit.
Yeah. I've spent a lot of money in that store over the years.
Yeah, I'm trying to retire. If you can come back.
Can you come back?
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, but my condo is about to explode.
Well, collecting is fun, and the people that we meet along the way, it's really special because, why do you collect?
I enjoy it. When I collect, I like to hunt. right? I like to hunt, and then I like the interaction with the people that I'm buying this from as well. You know, the stories, the backstories, all that kind of different stuff. So that's what I enjoy.
I think it's just as important as the piece.
Right.
You know, people are truly excited. They want to know who owned this item, where was it, from, what was their traditions surrounding that item. So, people who do secondhand, you know, that they're buying, I think that's really half of the not only the love of the object, but it is the sensibility that collecting and the historical reference and everything about the piece. I think that's really why people do collect.
Yeah.
What's your favorite topic? What is your
Well, he's got
collection?
tons of military.
Yeah, my big one is military. That would be my biggest, my biggest thing I collect is military weapons, and primarily weapons that were used by the Marine Corps, obviously, because I spent 20 years in the Marine Corps. So I love that.
Yeah, thank you for your service for that.
yeah,
That's
my
20
pleasure.
years. Wow, that's amazing.
20 years, yeah. But Diana, you talked collector, so I don't call myself a collector. I actually had a sign made and said, I'm an accumulator. I'm an accumulator of all things that are cool. That is what I do. You know.
One day he came to the sale and he goes, "Come out and see what I just bought." And on your truck was the sleigh. You had that.
Bought a
metal-
sleigh in Florida. Is that,
Yeah, you had it like or was it a stagecoach?
It was no,
bench?
it was a stagecoach bench. Yeah,
Yeah.
But it was made into a bench. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so he's just driving around.
and by the way, we do have a stagecoach for.
Well, that's why I grabbed that because
For-
that remind me it's a wagon.
Well, while I have it up, I mean,
Go ahead.
we're not ready for
Yeah, we
for
are.
show and tell, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, how close were you?
Yeah,
We're there.
we're
Okay.
there.
So tell us what you picked. This it's made of cast iron.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I see it has our eBay sticker on it, which means it's on our eBay store.
Yes, it is.
All right, and Roy pointed out that it has.
Well, I know Roy likes the cast pieces. You bought from me a Harley Davidson
I did.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
What
A Hubley, which
the
is
Hubley.
the Hubley. Those are the good ones.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So,
That's right.
So this is Roy pointed out it's a bank. Has a little coin slot in the back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Still haven't figured out how to open it, but
Screw. There's a screw on the
there's a
side.
screw. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So tell us.
Just don't drop it on that English
No,
platter.
I'm not. I understand. I'm holding it. Okay. So where did this come from, and why did you wanted to bring this today? I mean, this is not.
No, because I know Roy likes the cast pieces, and I
She's
thought
trying
that
to
was
sell
a
it
lot
to
of
me.
fun.
It is the expansion of the West, America growing
Yes.
again, and I get all
Ve-
that.
Very period piece.
All right. Before I get to the plate, I just want to talk about one of the major things on the dais around the world is import and export. Now this is Toll, right? Toll.
Toll.
They're a silver American silver company, started 1690. Now the reason why there was a challenge back in the day is because we were an importing nation back then. We weren't a country yet, right? So the British Crown would import to us and charge us another fee to import it. So to us, and then when we sent stuff to them, we never got any revenue but there was still a tax.
Are you going down the tariff road?
I am going down the tariff, but then the reason why I say that to you is this created a want and a need for a manufacturer. So Toll and Sons started, among many other organizations that started, businesses that started, furniture manufacturers. They all started because everything was being imported, and to get around the tariffs, that's how America really started to grow. And don't forget, we do have an abundance of natural resources here, whether it be oil, power, generation, or lumber and metals. We have it, right? So anyway, this is a sterling silver base candlestick holder, and the company's very, very well known.
And at the gallery, we have quite a bit of candlesticks,
Oh, God.
candelabras, lots of pewter, sterling, silver plate, brass, copper. So if you're decorating and you're looking for that look, we have plenty of it.
All right, so back into the show and tell plan here. We are in, this is a mini silver plate teapot, cream and sugar set.
Yeah, that's a cute little
It's
set.
very cute.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right?
can see grandparents wanting to buy that if the kids are coming down, having a little children's
That good?
tea set or makes a great gift. Tea parties are quite the thing.
So
I have a little cup and saucer for Kira when she comes down.
yes, I know you do. Yeah.
It's the one with the nursery rhyme. She
Kira's our
loves that.
granddaughter, if anybody hasn't figured
She
it out.
loves that
So,
teapot.
Diana, a lot of times people ask me, are these usable? I mean, if they're clean, obviously.
Yeah, if you
right?
clean them, why not?
Right. So, yes, they are. The solder is on the outside of them when they solder the pieces on, not on the inside. So there is it's safe to use. It's not something that's commonly used anymore because nobody has teas. You know.
What are you talking about?
I know you do. I get it. I know. All right. You're right. Take a look at that.
I make your tea all the time.
You do. All right. Let me show you this one. We'll talk about America as well. Diana, you have to tell us a little bit more about this, but this is a
Salt glazed pot. It's actually a water cooler. See the on the bottom it has the little spout area, so you could keep your water cold, and it actually has the name of the company on it.
So the name of the company is kind of important. Steel City Manufacturing Company in Youngstown, Ohio. So here's what you have to understand, right? We have in that belt right there, we had the biggest steel manufacturers in the world at one point.
And Ohio was known for its pottery.
Pottery,
Lots of potteries.
especially pottery, and some glass makers as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, remember, America is not just about being the biggest powerhouse. It's about sharing what we've accomplished, and people have gotten very wealthy, being part of the economy. And Ohio, with the steel manufacturing, with the coal, with even oil, everything is so we are major manufacturers too, right? Now this one, very interesting plate.
I love that
I'm
platter.
hoping that you could see it.
Why don't we use that this weekend for our barbecue?
For your turkey.
Okay, I'm gonna. This is what year is this?
I think it was the 1840s.
Mark, is
Isn't
that
it
visible?
beauty? It is the turkey buzzard with the American eagle.
Now this isn't American, right? This
It's
is
English.
It's English. Yeah.
It's blue on white transferware, and
Which became the most popular colors in
Well, the
blue and the
and
red,
white.
right?
Well, no, the blue is really for transferware in that genre.
And what is transferware?
Computer generate. Well, it wasn't computer then, but it was printed image onto the clay, so you didn't have to have an artisan hand paint each and every plate.
I'm going to show you something very
It
interesting.
was
folks.
the Industrial Revolution really
And I'll pass this
brought
over
it
to Roy in a
forward.
minute. But I don't know if you can see that mark at all. Do I need to move it? There's this tape here. So there are 3 family names here. This was passed down from a grandma to a daughter to another daughter. It's all in here, and these are the ages of the people. I don't know if you can see it at all.
I'm guessing that's what it means.
Yeah,
it's
it's
their
got to be.
age.
It's got to be.
It's not the
because
year.
This was a prized dish, no doubt about it. Probably served many a turkey in its day,
Mm-hmm.
all right, because this was only brought out for a specific
There's
reason.
not a lot of knife marks though on it, so I think it was more of a showpiece.
Well, it might have been after the carve.
than even used.
They would have carved it on a wood block. And,
Oh,
you know.
and
And then put it on there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Now let me pass this over to Roy. Check it out.
Yeah, you're really checking that out, Roy. I'm taking that one home.
Something's got to go before it comes.
No, but what was the show?
Grandma Joan, 106 years old. Wow.
What show was it that our guests bought some of the items because they just loved it? Oh, it was the senior helper people.
Yes, right. That's true. All right. Well, I'm gonna step away so I can show the rest of these pictures that you have, and then if you could talk about it, and if Roy has any questions.
Are you gonna bring George and Lafayette back?
Yeah. You tell me where to start.
Well, we had this on the show before. I thought we did.
This
Maybe
is
we
my
didn't.
piece anyway. This is the one that I like.
Unless Roy wants to buy it.
I don't. Then I.
I'm eyeballing it.
Actually, Roy, you know why it's so special? This is after Washington retired. and he's home in Mount Vernon. He's got his children and his obviously favorite horse, and you have Lafayette coming to visit him. And Lafayette, you got to wonder, was he, come on, George, get back into the action? You know, what's going on? We need you, kind of thing. But it is really, it looks like it's a chromolithograph. The colors are very vibrant, even though it's quite old. This is definitely
Yeah,
turn of the century.
It's in rough condition, but I don't know if you could see.
It's definitely one of my favorites. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's really,
You can tell it's got the age.
oh yeah,
This is cut old. This piece.
yeah. It's hand sewn wood, definitely.
And what I like about that picture too, when Perry showed it to me, is because I liked also the military tin toys, and then I saw the kids playing with the toy soldiers down there in the bottom as well. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And there's a couple of different renditions of that. I've seen another one where Lafayette is actually holding a paper. So that's why I think that it has to do with maybe getting him involved or asking his advice or whatnot. Now, this is a mahogany scroll. They call this a scroll mirror because of the hand-scrolled edges. Oh, Mark, you're finally on the show.
Oh,
So what you're seeing, though, is the applied eagle at the top is really special. I love that piece. That's pretty old.
What is the eagle made of? Do you know?
I think it's a carved wood applied, and as well as all the carved wood all around it. It's a nice size.
So at one
It's a great
time-
foyer mirror before you walk out the door, kind of thing.
So at one time, I mean, we're auctioneers, so we look for certain things, and this number on the back was definitely a lot number from an auction probably back in the day,
No, I think it's the manufacturers, maybe
and
their.
it could very well be. And
Number.
this is also hewn wood as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is pretty old wood. How old would you think this is?
right, late 1800s.
Especially on this type of, this
The molding?
double,
Yeah.
and then this applied on the outside. And the color, the age, I think so. I love
Okay.
that piece. I can't believe we haven't sold it yet. We need people to be more patriotic.
This one.
Yeah, those are nice.
So this is a pair, and they are the panoramas of Washington, D.C. And it says at the top, first in war, first in peace. And it has George Washington. It's a hand-colored etching. You can see at the top all that hand coloring around the cameo. And then has all little vignettes. And let me see, it has the post office, the Columbia Armory, the Willard Hotel, the Matthew Church, Georgetown College, the White House, the Treasury, the City Hall,
And
the U.S. Navy Yard, the
This is
War
out of-
Department.
This is out of New England. This particular piece. It was out of a gallery out of New England.
Mm-hmm.
Boston.
Now, one of them unfortunately has some foxing, which is the acid is coming through the paper from its backing. But, I would say just enjoy it for what it is. The other one is in much better condition.
Yeah, the second one's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, those would come as a pair.
Um,
Well, are you asking for a deal?
he'll take
Maybe.
the good one.
I'll take the good one. Diana knows me.
Yeah. Yeah, we could split up for you.
Sadly, George Washington, when he was sworn in, he had so many problems with his teeth. He unfortunately had only one tooth left at his swearing in. That's why he doesn't smile much.
Well, he had wooden teeth.
He had wooden teeth.
And they
Yeah.
say he was in a lot of pain all the time. That's why many of his portraits he's not smiling. So
I'm sure there's many other reasons too.
We have one more.
tough job.
Yeah, tough job. Yeah, I like this. I like this piece. I've seen this one before.
All right. Well, happy 4th of July, America. One way or the other.
Yeah, no, this is great. So this is called The Love of Freedom, and it's by Enzio Antonini. It says Firenze, so it's from Florence. It's done in 1917. So this was really a World War One piece. I know we were trying to concentrate on the American Revolution for Fourth of July.
Diana, we don't know. We don't have a lot of American Revolution.
Well, I know, no, I know.
You know,
It's
here,
that's
Andy here
tough,
in Florida, he knows.
especially if you had something that old. It usually sells quick, but you'll see there that it's Uncle Sam, which Joe has an Uncle Sam costume. Is he going to be in the parade with you?
No.
He should be. He has the rifle with the bayonet, which I thought was very interesting.
Right.
And it's acting as the flagpole. And if it's 1917, so then how many stars should be in that? It's 50, right? Yeah.
Not 50.
No.
No.
It'd only be 48? When was Alaska and
Alaska and Hawaii were the.
right? 1917? Would they be in there?
No.
We'll have to count
No.
we'll have to count the stars. But the love of freedom at the bottom, you'll see here it actually has the troops and their encampment. I think it's a great piece. Again, another chromo lithograph. The color is extremely vibrant, and it's archivally matted and framed, which is good. The core of the mat, when you see the core of the mat turning a yellow, then it was not acid free. So they did the right thing on this one.
Well, happy birthday, 250th for America. All right. So, Roy, tell us one more time who you are, where you're from, and Diana, you could take us to close if you don't mind.
Yeah, I think we're almost there, are we?
Well, thanks for having me again. You know, I always look for the great opportunities to talk about our great gem here in the Flagler Executive Airport. And, you know, the one thing I always like to say, and I didn't say it earlier about the airport, is that, you know, the airport it's county run, it's a county department, but also we don't take any money from taxpayers. Everything we do at that airport is done. So I run it like a business. It's everything, the money we make from selling fuel to building and land leases to tea hanger rentals, all that we create our own money and basically create our own budget and run the airport. And then I go after a lot of FA and FDOT grants to do all the big capital projects that we do. So I think so taxpayers should appreciate that we don't take any ad valorem taxes from them to run the airport.
Right,
So,
you're considered an enterprise.
correct. We're an enterprise fund.
That's very good. Well, congratulations on that kind of management.
Yeah, and then the big thing too, we talked about earlier too, Perry, is like how important is it? And FDOT did a study on our airport a few years ago, and it said our airport creates $455 million in economic impact to our community. That's huge.
That is
it.
absolutely
huge.
huge.
I believe
And
it.
that's what people need to remember.
Yeah. So.
Well, Roy, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Did you have anything else you want to add before we go?
Oh no, I'm good.
Well,
I'm
thank
good.
you so
I
much.
could keep talking for another couple hours.
Well, we're proud to have you. So,
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well,
And
if
thank you
anybody's
for being
been
a customer too.
been to Roy's office, it is a museum in itself.
Right.
You have some really, really wonderful pieces. You have a good eye.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
he
you.
does, definitely. Well, Diana, it's time
And I bought
to-
a lot of them for you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. So to wrap it up, the estate sale coming up, it's called Room with a View. And I should say it's $1 million view. It's on Clubhouse Drive, and it is stunning. And the star of the show is the vintage Bernhardt Bar and Buffet. It's in a walnut burl with chrome. There's an old world king bedroom set, a very beautiful mahogany vintage full bedroom set, and a lot of cast aluminum patio furniture. So if you're looking to do up your patio, this is the place to come. There's all kinds of tables. There's also a mid-century Russell Woodard spun fiberglass set. I think people will enjoy this show. There's a Mikasa china set, Lazy Boy pair of teal accent chairs. So this is definitely one to come and take a peek. The gallery, we're running till the end of the month. We're being patriotic, 4th of July, summer sale. And if you need a lamp to do a room, rugs, chandeliers, china, crystal, porcelain, copper, silver plate, lots of artwork. There's a couple of tapestries right now. So I think there's a lot to see there. As far as the new arrivals in the shop, we're just unpacking pieces that we brought in from the Lady in Red show. I don't know if you remember that. And the Swarovski show. We have some of the Swarovski crystal and some of the other collectibles. As far as the Estate Planning Council goes, we are on summer break with maybe some socials, but our next meeting is not until September. And just a little heads up, Fernanda Haley and I, she's the senior VP at PNC Private Bank. We attended the NAPEC, the National Association of Estate Planning Council, out in Tampa last weekend, and the meeting was on best practices for your chapter and how to grow, and we'll be sharing that with the council. So it was a really great eye opener. It was a great trip. Thanks, Fern, for driving. It was a lot of fun, and we had a great.
And where
really
can
great
everyone
night.
find our YouTube?
Well, if you go to
Content.
DianaFineArt.com, you can sign up for the newsletter. You can scroll all the way to you can see all the different estate sales. And I need to point out, when an estate sale has finished, I will write past sale, and then I'll write what's still available. So you can click through the pictures and see, I'll write that sofa and love is still available, or a bedroom set. So if you missed a sale or you saw something and you couldn't come back, you can kind of follow along. I really do weekly try to update that with items that we've sold, take it out.
And the best way for everyone to contact you when they see something on our website or Facebook Marketplace.
You should really text me.
Text.
Yeah.
Text is the best way. I will tell you.
It
Even
is.
I have to text her.
Oh, I
Once in a while, you pick up the phone.
we're busy. I'm on a ladder. We're under a bed. I'm doing stuff. We're setting up. We're staging the crew, the truck. We're unloading a truck. There's a lot going on.
Well, let's thank Mark for the good work. Thank you again, Mark.
Thank
for
you,
doing a
Mark.
good
You make
job.
our show wonderful. All right. Thank you again. We'll
Roy.
see you, Roy.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again,
Thank
Roy.
you. And
A pleasure.
happy
4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
All right.
Don't forget those fireworks at the airport, folks.
All right.
That's right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.